Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. This is game number 1 of, I forgot your name, it will be in the title, as the Zerg player versus PoYo as, I think it's Cytoplasm or something like that. Cytoplasm as the Zerg player then. It will be in the title. And PoYo as the Terran, so another Zerg versus Terran. Just like the previous matchup, as I said, best of 3. I'm going to say it right now because people still don't really understand how that works apparently. Best of 3 is the first to 2 wins is the victor, which means that I will put up a game 3 if it only goes 2 games. And for those of you, yeah, well, who don't get why, if you watch the channel, then you will see that there are 3 games coming out instead of 2. So if there were only 2 games coming out, then after game 1 you would know who won game 2. And yeah, you would get spoiled by that. Therefore, I put out an anti-spoiler video, which is a game 3 if there is no game 3, which I do not know yet, just to be clear. But yeah, it's just to make sure that people who actually watch the channel and who keep track of their inbox, they don't get spoiled by the fact that there are only 2 games out. So there's that. Anyhow, as I said, I don't know whether there is a game 3. We will have to find that out. I only know there's a game 1 for now. Maybe there's not even a game 2. Maybe it's not on the website where I download it, but normally they're pretty good at keeping the replays together and actually allowing me to download all of them. Anyhow, yeah, we do see the Terran player going for a defensive build. He builds the command center into an orbital command in his base, making sure that the Zerg player could not just sneak by. And he's going to build a factory here now with a reactor on it. So we're going to see Hellions. And well, as you can see, the command center now landed. He did build a bunker in the front, so really a little bit afraid of what the Zerg player can do. And rightfully so, because the Zerg player can actually do quite a bit of damage. And we are going to get a tech lab on this barracks, which means that we are going to see Marauders and Hellions, and that is a great combination. It is kind of the standard combination of Terran versus Zerg, but well, it doesn't mean that it's the only combination, because there are several possibilities here, especially Widow Mines. Yeah, I haven't seen those too much yet. Oh, the Overlord actually gets out of there. And that is a pretty big win for the Zerg player right there. He did scout a little bit, and we are going to go to normal speed now. Now that the Terran actually is doing his first attack, and we will keep normal speed from here on out. I did fast forward through that first part because obviously it's not that interesting. So a new hatchery coming up. That is base number 3. And obviously he wants to connect those bases eventually. Because with the creep you get extra movement speed and you get extra vision, and well, all in all, you just want to have creep everywhere, and that is just the way it goes. It's also why he has these 2 queens out. One of them will probably stay with this hatchery, the other one will probably just go and expand the creep a little more, because that is what they do. So yeah, all in all, just building a whole bunch of drones, a whole bunch of bases. But the Terran player is doing exactly the same. He's building a 3rd base as well. He already has it up, in fact. And he is going to defend it with a little bunker and his roaming army, of course. The roaming army is going to get spotted in a little bit once it reaches these, these edges of the creep. Because, well, that's basically where your vision ends. And wow, the queen may actually go down. No, it's actually fine. Wow, that is... that's pretty significant. So 2 of the creep tumors get taken out. Yeah, he didn't see the Hellions there, of course. But the Hellions did see the creep expand, so they went for the kill. And even though creep tumors are virtually free, it is still pretty crappy if they get taken out. So yeah, you do want to get that creep spread as fast as possible and as widespread as possible. Because creep is awesome for Zerg. And it sucks for Terran because they can't build anything on it. Plus they get, the Zerg player gets that movement speed boost on it, and that is just a huge thing. I mean, it doesn't seem like a big thing, but you can get surrounds off so much easier with that little bit of extra movement speed. It is just awesome. So there's an Overlord over here, and as you can see, there are some roaches over here. Quite a big group actually. So he is trying to break this this base. He already took out the bunker. He's going to get the supply depot, and now he's going to take out the base. The base is going to have to lift off, which means that this mule is not going anywhere. And we are going to just take out the bunkers. Or sorry, the supply depots. Supply depots were there as kind of a defensive measure, but it's not really effective. And the roaches are so good at just doing that, just powering through. However, there are too many marines and some marauders, and therefore they take quite a bit of damage. I don't know how the resources lost are stacking up. Currently the Terran player lost way more because he lost all of those supply depots. And as you can see, well, he got supply blocked, I think, for a little bit, because he is now super far behind, 60 supply behind. That is an incredible amount. And even though Terran is the best race to turtle with, he did get supply blocked, because there's a supply drop over here which is never used unless you really need it. It is. It costs you a lot of minerals basically, because you could have used the same amount of energy from your command center to get a mule out. And so it's really cost ineffective, but if you need to, you need to. And here is the last attack. I think this entire roach army is full health still. Only a few of them are lower than full health. The SCVs actually get drawn off the line, and are they going to be able to help? Not if they are so far in front with their shooting buddies in the back. Oh my god, so many roaches still here. And the roaches just keep streaming in. As you can see, there are still roaches on the minimap coming towards this army. And yeah, he's just going to break this. He has way more in the forms of army. He probably has way more in the form of workers as well. Yeah, as you can see, 63 versus 28. This is not a fair fight. So unless there are siege tanks coming out right now, this is just lost. But there is no factory with tech lab on it, so this is just lost. I don't think the Terran player realizes how far behind he is. He's 80 supply behind now. And really, yeah, the Zerg player kind of taking a look at what's happening there. He did see that there are widow mines. He also saw the amount of army that there is. But, well, he doesn't really care too much about that. Some Hydralisk out now. Is there? Oh, there. Yeah, well, that's just for these guys, I guess. Plus, they can deal with the Marauders a little bit easier. Marauders are, of course, very good against the Roaches. They're not as good against the light units, so that is why you build Hydralisk against them. Hydralisks are very high damage units. They're very fragile, but since they're light units, you don't get the double damage from the Marauders. Double damage against armored only. So yeah, you do want to build light units against those. And look at that, the Hydralisk just melting everything. And that is just, those Hydras do so much damage. They have 14 damage, but with an incredible weapon speed. The weapon speed here is 2, and the weapon speed here is 0.83, which is way higher. And obviously that is what you want. The Roaches kind of only shoot once every 2 seconds, and yeah, they do a lot of damage. They are very tanky, but they don't really have a lot of DPS. Whereas these Hydras are just incredible at just shooting stuff. So yeah, the Hydras are now the only thing that's still alive. And while the Zerg player lost quite a bit, but he is going to make sure that he keeps the pressure on. There are more roaches streaming in. The Hydras, yeah, they did overextend a little bit, so they took quite a lot of damage. And overall, well, they got a lot done, but they also lost quite a few of their numbers. And as you can see, this base is now going to go down. The Hydralisk can still take down this command center, because they can shoot at flying units. But the GG already coming out. He just realized that 1 base versus probably 4, even though he hasn't scouted yet. But he knows that there are probably 4 bases out. Yeah, he's not going to win that at any point. So very nicely done. Very aggressive game by the Zerg. And I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time. GG.